Hey guys.
Hi everyone. Welcome to another Q&A Wednesday session where we're answering your questions. And today's question is from...
The question's from Abida XO. She says, can you do a video on the first year of marriage? So
Yeah.
we're gonna first year of marriage, this is a big subject.
I know.
But we're gonna try and cover a few points and adapt it to us. And what our
Exactly.
first year of marriage was probably like, but
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a pretty much easy first year of marriage.
yeah.
Really?
I mean, what you gotta remember is when you first get married, there's gonna be you're gonna be ironing out a lot of differences at the start.
That's it.
Maybe things you didn't realise that would bug you about a person or that you needed to improve about each other.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be picking out the bad bits all the time, but you need to improve for each other. And in your first year of marriage, you need to definitely work on the good bits. You need to definitely be like, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to praise each other on that so you don't end up fighting all the time.
Yeah.
But
for us, I think we're quite lucky because both of us are quite easygoing. He's quite easygoing, I'm quite easygoing. And you do discover like different habits because
yeah.
you're with that person more often. I mean, it's probably the same the first year of marriage or living with someone for the first time. You definitely discover new things, isn't it?
Yeah, new habits and
yeah. And then the first thing you have, which is a bit of shocking, is the first fight, isn't it?
Definitely.
Or the first heated disagreement.
So when you have a heated disagreement, you might think, oh my god, why have I married this person? Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, is it going to be like this all the time? But what you need to realise is that as long as the argument's not going completely out of control,
Yeah.
and you're not throwing words around like the D word, and like it's not getting silly. Disagreements are standard. You're gonna have disagreements. You just need to be willing to listen to each other and compromise. So you have to like compromise, and you can't be stubborn when you have an argument.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Because it's now sort of like a balancing act, you know.
Yeah, I'm in touch with. I can say we don't really argue a lot, and we never really had arguments. So
Exactly.
I mean, we had our disagreements, but even in the first year of marriage, it was never an issue. I never let it get to me. I just thought, okay, this is a part of improving myself, maybe because maybe it was something like I didn't cook or
clean or something like that. Yeah, that you're
Yeah.
not used to. So that was another thing that's about sharing chores, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it was then sort of like, I think communication is the most important thing. If
Yeah.
something's not working out, it's the first time you're living together.
Yeah.
So you can't just expect to just,
Definitely.
everything just to fall into place. So it's just communication, like, oh, can you help me
Yeah.
out? Can you,
because and that's where like things like having a rota coming. You might start in your first year of marriage. You might say, "Oh, we need to put a rota in," or
That's
"We need
it.
to like start sharing chores." So then, for example, my duty was always clean the bathroom and the toilet,
Yeah.
and then Primrose always just generally did the rest. But it didn't mean I didn't help her.
No.
So one week she might do it, the next week I might have done it. But
That's
there was
it.
always an understanding. In your first year of marriage, you're probably going to argue about that, and you don't want to argue about it. You want to just come to an agreement.
Yeah.
So again, you're gonna talk about that, and that's another thing you're gonna do in your first year of marriage. Which
Talk
is-
a lot.
Yeah, talk a lot about. Yeah, so you're
General.
you're gonna find that you end up talking a lot, communicating a lot
Yeah.
about everything, and you're gonna realize that you're constantly making decisions,
Yes.
and you can't just make these decisions by yourself. You're gonna have to make these decisions considering your husband or your wife. So that is going to be another thing you're going to have to get used to in your first year of marriage.
Yeah.
You can't just go and do what you want like you used to.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you live together now, and everything you do affects the person that you're married
living
to.
with. Yeah, that's it.
Any decision you make is going to affect them.
And then another one was like savings and money. Again, that's another thing that you probably end up talking quite a bit about. I mean, we were quite easy with it, isn't it? We're just like, okay, this is the money.
This is what we both in, put it together, take away the bills, we both get this much
left
after
over.
savings.
That's it.
And if savings was more of a priority, then that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Because we then decided to buy a house.
Yeah.
And then by then, definitely it was like less spending money on ourselves. We want to buy a house, and it was like, okay, fine, we've got a time scale, we want to buy a house. Because we were both adamant that we wanted to buy a house before we had kids.
Definitely.
Because we wanted the stable environment for the kids and stuff like that. So yeah, it was like save money, this is what we've got, and luckily enough we're quite easy and we go in the same direction.
Yeah, definitely. We're quite lucky that we're lucky like that. Some couples aren't as lucky, but you need to just make sure, like I said, one isn't too frivolous, doesn't just go and spend money without telling the other person, oh, I just bought a PlayStation 4 or whatever, or whatever it is, or an Xbox, and it's like, oh, okay, you spent £300 that we didn't really need to spend.
I thought we were saving.
Yeah. So you got to learn about pooling money together now, because you might earn more than the other partner, or vice versa. But at the end of the day, you're a partnership now.
Exactly.
So that person should have some access to your money too, because it's not your money, it's our money.
It's our money
now.
now,
Yeah. So in your first year of marriage, that's another thing you're going to end up discussing. You're going to have to, and we did that.
Yeah, we did that, exactly.
It was easy for us.
Yeah.
We just put it together. We didn't argue about it. Another thing is, you feel like when you get married in your first year, the one thing you're going to find is that you feel like an adult. You feel a lot older. So you start feeling like you're old. And that you're a grown-up now. You're an actual proper grown-up. Because I found that when we went to events, it was nice. You felt like, yeah, we're a couple.
I know, we're married.
Husband and wife. We're responsible, you know?
Responsible.
You do get that feeling. And a lot of people do. And in the Asian community, a lot of the time, they don't even consider you an adult if you're not married.
Married, yeah.
That's how pathetic it is.
Yes, yeah.
But you turn around and say, oh, you're just a kid, what do you know?
Yeah, and you're like, I'm 40.
No, wait a minute, yeah, I'm 40. But if you were like 35 and married, or 32 and married, or 25, do you know what? You're a good boy.
Yeah.
You're a good boy, you're married, so I know that you know what you're talking about. But the 40-year-old, he's an idiot, he doesn't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
It's so funny like that, yeah.
He's silly like that, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do start feeling older, you feel more responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one thing was like, sort of like routine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was really funny. I mean, we're lucky because we used to go to work together, so our routine was a bit the
We
same.
had more free time to kind of do other things.
Yeah, because we went together, came home together. But it's different if you work different hours and stuff like that, and then you have to actually make time to see each other.
And plus you've got responsibilities, like, because I could be working early and she could be working late. And she could be like, wait a minute, when you get home you got to make dinner, make sure the house is clean.
That's it.
And I might turn around and say, wait a minute, but I want to go to the gym 5 times a week. Now, I used to go 5 times a week, but I can't do that anymore. So I cramped it into 3 days a week.
Yeah.
So things changed. I had to change my routine. So you might need to change your routine as a husband and wife. There might be things that you did, i.e. like go to the gym on a regular basis every day. You can't really do that anymore because you still got time to spend time with your partner.
Exactly.
Or your partner might need you to run errands or do things because they're not there to do it, and vice versa. They're going to have to do it when you're not there. So you have to develop that sort of routine and decide what your patterns for the day are going to be. Like, when are you going to eat? Yeah. Like, are we going to eat at 6 or are we all having dinner together at 8? That I know I can set my diet out and you know how I eat, for example, because I'm very picky about how I eat. And she just accepts it rather than me just saying, this is what I do and I don't care what you think. But I try and make her see reason. Yeah. And we decide that this is a fair way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
With anything. So that's just an example of what we had to decide.
Exactly, yeah. And then on top of it, we went on a lot of holidays because we knew that we wanted to have kids quite soon because I was, how old was I? I was over 30.
You were over 30.
Yeah, so we knew we didn't want to wait around to have kids. So we crammed in
you were coming to 30. You were coming to 30. You're 29, I think.
Yeah. So we sort of like made time for as many holidays as possible because we knew once we started saving up for the house, once we started having the kids, there was not going to be as much money available. So we went on a few holidays.
So we did a few holidays because you
enjoyed our time.
Yeah, so in your first year of marriage, you might find you do that a lot.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Even leading up till you have kids, as long as you're saving and doing what you need to do. So we went on a lot of holidays.
We went on a lot of holidays, and it was nice. It was nice to have that couple time as a married couple. And not having kids around, because when you have kids, again, that's going to be different. And it was just nice to just have the two of us.
And we also discussed children in the first year as well, about names. You might find that you're doing that. What name would you give them? Or like, you do in the first year start discussing stuff like that. And we did that as well, about how many kids we would like. Yeah. Even though we discussed it before marriage,
but now
it was something that it was serious. Now it was serious. When are we going to start trying?
That's it. Yeah.
We knew we kind of had a vague idea we were going to start trying with after a year. Yeah. But it was like, no, now we need to pick a time so that we know what our time scale is.
Yes.
So you're going to find you might end up doing that.
Yeah.
Picking when you're going to start trying for kids and how many you would like and what frequency you would like them at. Would you like them back to back, or would you like to have one, wait 3 years, have another one? Yeah. Like that, for example.
So that was another thing.
That's another thing you might do in your first year of marriage, and that's what we did.
I know. And then you do find that you end up then having endless decisions, isn't it?
Constant decisions to make.
Anything you do in the first marriage is a decision.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
what
okay,
it
fine.
is, that.
Oh, I want to go out with my friends. What are you
Are
going
you
to
right?
do?
Are you right with me doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
so-
need the car. Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, like, yeah, and it'll be things like that. So it's constantly you're making decisions together. Whereas, like I said, when you're free and single, if you're not gonna go see your missus or your bird
Yeah.
or your girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
you know that I'm seeing her at 7 o'clock, say
Yeah.
on Wednesday. I'm free on Tuesday, guys. Let's meet up. But now you won't be able to go and see your friends because now all the week round, I should say, you've got other chores, other things that
Things
you
to do in
guys
the
have
house.
planned and
Yeah.
things to do in the house and responsibilities now.
Yeah.
Because
And
your mum
then-
ain't around to do it anymore.
That's it. And yeah, it was like the smallest, in the first year, it was like the smallest decision was like, had to be discussed. Oh,
Yeah, like getting up for work and who's going to use the bathroom,
bathroom first. How
And the
long do you
routine
take
that-
in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, I take this long. And like, you know, it's like almost like oiling the machine to make it
Constantly.
sure that it's gonna be
Then
running
after that,
smoothly.
it becomes normal. But in
Yeah.
the first year, you're definitely going to be doing jockeying almost to get it right.
That's it.
Because afterwards it becomes normal because you know your partner's habits and you know each other and
Yeah.
everything. So
How long does that person take in the bathroom? How
Yeah,
long
yeah.
does this? Yeah. And also, like, another thing was we agreed on time alone and to have time
Yeah.
with our friends, time away from each other, and just allowing ourselves to have that time.
Yeah.
That was something we spoke about.
Yeah, because
Like,
what you got to remember is that, as I said, when you're dating, maybe your partner doesn't know all the days you're going out with your friends.
Yeah.
Now, because you might not be as open and honest with them about it, which I think you should be anyway from the start. But once you get married, then you haven't got a choice because
Yeah.
they need to know where you are.
Exactly.
They need to know what you're doing and when you're going to be out and who you're with. Probably. I'm not saying it's you're going to be
like a
police
mother.
officers on each other or coppers, but you need to actually be open and honest
Of
about
course,
what
yeah.
you're doing.
Just in case you get in trouble, I need
Yeah,
to know
yeah.
that. Oh, hang on, you supposed
So
to
you
be
need to have free time.
Yeah, away
For
from
each
each other,
other.
definitely. But I think
And we discussed that, didn't we? And I said
Yeah,
to
we
you
did.
that, look, I'm not going to go out a couple of times a week like I used to, but once every week or once every other week I might go out with
Yeah.
my friends and meet up, or once every week I might go and see them at the pub and have a munch or some food, you know?
yeah. And then I think definitely the first year is like a transition period.
Yeah.
Don't expect it to be all hunky dory and Mary Poppins and stuff like that. I don't think it's like that.
No.
You're gonna have your few disagreements. You're gonna discover things that you don't like about me. It's just like
she farts in bed.
Oh my
or like,
And then I hold his head down.
Or she really snores really loud and you didn't remember her doing it while you were dating. Or,
Yeah, all that stuff is gonna be coming out.
Or she sits there picking her nose while she watches TV.
That's a deal breaker.
I'm joking.
That's a deal breaker.
But you know what I mean? Like there could be little habits or whatever.
Yeah.
That you didn't even realise were there.
Exactly. So it's just learning to compromise, learning to let the small things just slide. Others
Yeah.
when I'm having problems all the time, arguing, and also like not blaming each other, isn't it?
No.
Just like,
No blaming.
and I think the first year you need to sit down at some point and make rules about your fighting habits. For us, it was like no name calling, no
Yeah.
throwing the divorce word around, and whatever. It was just making sure that you've got some sort of boundaries.
Yeah, but
with
also
things
making
get
sure
out of
that
hand.
wait a minute, when I've got a problem, you better listen.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to listen, then I'm just going to get angry and frustrated, and then there will be name calling.
yeah,
So you have to, and then it will involve shouting, which you don't want.
that's it.
I want to say, look, I'm not happy, just hear me out.
Yeah, but
Let
I
me
think
talk, you know what I mean? And then you can talk.
That's it,
That's how it
exactly.
should be.
And I think for us, we used to have dinner together every night, even before the kids came along. So that was a good time to talk about any sort of like things that needed to be,
Conflicts or,
so it never
anything
got
that needs to be sorted.
to heated
Yeah.
arguments, isn't it?
Nah, but we're quite relaxed. As I said. We don't
Yeah.
argue. We might have disagreements, but everyone has disagreements. But
Yeah.
we work it out. You know what I mean? And in all honesty, our married life's great.
Yeah.
It's not even hard work.
No, it's
so
not.
chilled
It's
out.
so easy.
Brilliant. I
But-
couldn't have wished for a better marriage.
Yeah, same. Yeah. But I'll definitely say don't expect just to go into it and all be hunky dory, because you're gonna have to put the effort and the communication and just make sure that you allow each other time to just that transition period, and just to make sure that everything is gonna be running smoothly, because it's not gonna happen automatically. You're gonna have that, that grind at the beginning, but just be chilled out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think sometimes sometimes people expect too much perfection.
At
that
the
it's
start. And then usually
it's
that's
not.
what ends up killing their marriage within
That's
the
it.
first year, because they expected way too much.
Yeah.
And they put too much pressure on their partner.
I think it's just about progression, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, both parties have to be willing to listen, learn, communicate,
Yeah.
and not fight like they're two teams having a sports battle.
No.
You're actually one.
Yeah.
So work as a team together.
Yeah, compromise.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And that's what's it really, isn't it?
Mm.
We've had, I think, the first year of marriage was easy. All of the years who've been married has been really easy.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah,
hunky-dory, mate.
it's just
it's all
just
good.
easy. I think we are blessed that we're both easygoing,
Mhm.
and we just try to make life as enjoyable as possible, because we both believe that's what a married life should be. You should not dread coming home. You should not dread it. You know, I want to come home to my kids and my husband. I want a peaceful home, and we both work towards that goal, isn't it? United,
Definitely.
isn't it? So yeah, so that was our first year of marriage. It was good. And if you want to actually see, we did the secrets to our happy marriage
Oh
video.
yeah, we did a
isn't it?
series, Secrets to Our Happy Marriage, and if you look back, I think that series took place in June, was it, babe?
Yeah, I think it was June.
So if you go back and look at that, you can have a look at all the tips that we're giving you
Yeah,
on marriage in general, and
exactly.
how to like
And
communicate
what works
how
for
to
us.
what works for us, and it's all based on us. So
Yeah.
have a look at that.
So all the videos are in a playlist. So just look at the playlist, and all the videos on the secrets to our happy marriage are there. So we're not gonna hold them up any longer, are we?
No, that's it.
We're not gonna hold you up any longer. We're gonna let you go, love you and leave you,
Bye
and
now.
that's it. See you on our next video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.
And share the video.
Yes, please.
Subscribe.
Yeah. See you later,
See you later, guys.
Bye.
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 We're going to talk about money
Ooh, you want to talk about money?
and some love and dancing and mums.
Okay.
And dads
Do you
and finding people
do
who are white.
do you have money?
Yes.